bosses walked in. Can we put the boss? Can we clear the boss? Look at the pandering applause.
It's his radio station.
I have to stand up.
Well,
look at the Irish Crowley with the you blue is beautiful. Look at you and me, but you got the green.
He's doing that in solidarity with Notre Dame because they're covering up.
No, not true. Not true. Jerry, how are you, man?
I've been told, and I plead ignorance and I plead shame, that there's an anniversary afoot somewhere at the radio station.
That's right. Everybody else is letting me know.
So
thanks for the dinner, Jerry.
I've been
and the gold something.
I've been overwhelmed with what are you doing? I said, what am I doing for who? Right? Jeez, I feel really.
Is it what if you're married? Al would know this. If you're married 5 years, what do you get? Wood?
No idea.
I mean, what do you get?
I take my wife out to dinner.
No, you know what I mean. 19
years we're going to be married this year. I don't know what I'm doing.
You got to get something.
Do you remember all your wedding dates?
I do. I remember the
all
and
of
I thank them. Yeah, just 2. But I do. I remember all those dates. Is that the funny? And I remember the times that my children were born. I remember the times that
I know
you
that
put
as
that.
well. Yeah.
And so when you're with your kid, you go, I get at 422.
I'm taken with your suit. I'm sorry. I'm just distracted.
Let me tell you.
It is magnificent.
It is because in
that's more than my house.
I don't think so. In celebration, boss, of the Perillo Tours. How great is that? We worked that for a long time, and your man, Frank Volpe, put it all together. So I wore my suit with my Bridget Guzzi Italian tie from a listener, right? So I dressed the whole thing. It's from Garmani, but I thought about it. If I wanted to get you to Garmani. Can I send you down there on me?
Oh, no. On you?
Yeah.
No.
Come on.
No.
Thank you. I still, me and Rock.
would-
Dr. Rock wanted to take you and Phil Boyce out. I owe you that for Christmas.
right,
And we got that. But maybe a suit. I got you shoes. Did I get you shoes or did I get you shoes?
You gave me great shoes.
Come
I
on.
wouldn't wear them today because of the weather. The shoes were really amazing. So I want to tell your audience, a funny story. Did they all know how you got here? Does everybody know how you ended
we
up
have so
here?
many new folks kind enough to
So
join
let me
us.
tell this.
Yeah,
Can I tell the story?
Sure, please.
I just told the story to Steve Perillo. He sat at my desk and was amazed. Excuse my back.
Oh,
I
it's
don't,
okay.
I don't mean to have my back to you. So five years ago, we didn't have a morning man. We didn't have a morning man for the radio station. I'll leave the details out. It's not important, but we didn't have a morning man. And in talk radio, when you don't have a morning man in the morning, it's like having a Chevrolet without an engine. You can't go. So I brought everybody in the conference room because this happened suddenly, very suddenly, and we prayed, which is unusual for me. So I said, let's hold hands because, guys, we have a problem. So we prayed. We need a morning man. That's simple. The next day, Dr. Rock Positano calls me. Rock is known probably best for treating both the Pope and Joe DiMaggio.
There you go.
2 all-stars,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he's got a small ego. But he calls me and he says, I want to buy a radio show for HSS, Hospital for Special Surgery. I want to do the show. And I said, well, that's great, Doc. You're a famous doc, and I'm sure you're very good. But who's going to be your seeing eye dog to do the show? He said, what do you mean seeing eye dog? I said, well, you need a host. He said, well, Joe Piscopo. I said, Joe, now I'm sitting there with no morning man, right? And I have no bench, and I have no idea. No idea. And the name Joe Piscopo said, well, why don't you come down? So he comes down and started to snow. And you come and sit, right?
In your office?
In my office.
Yeah.
And I said, Morano's doing PM drive because he was doing a double shift then.
Yeah.
And he goes in, you go in and join Frank, and I come in and listen. It sounds great. You come back to my office, and I already have my sights on you. I have my sights set on you.
I have to, not to interrupt you, boss, but now just so you're listening, Jerry Crowley's a legend in radio, has been with everybody, with the great John Gambling and so many other great talents. So this coming from you is a true compliment. Anyway, I'm sorry.
So I have my sights set on you, and this is like a miracle from heaven. So I said to Joe, I'm going to do a really bad imitation of you. I said, let's go to dinner. And Joe says, Jerry, I can't go to dinner. I have to go see my kids in Jersey. It's snowing. I really can't. I'd love to, but some other time, Jerry.
I had no idea Joe sounded so much like Jay Leno.
That was pretty much me whining.
Yeah. That was the whining
But
Joe.
I looked at Jerry's point. I looked out the window. It was snowing. I had to go out there at 78. I had to go get my kids. And then I said exactly what Jerry said. And then Dr. Rock says,
if Crowley wants to go to dinner, we're going to dinner. That's what he said.
Rock put the Brooklyn hammer down, man.
So we walked down to Bobby Van's. On the way down, I said, this is 5 years ago, probably almost to the day.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, why don't you take a shift? And Joe is secretly maybe the smartest guy you'll ever meet.
No.
And he says, oh, forget a shift. Give me a couple weeks. Let's see how you like it. Let's see how I like it. And we never looked back, and we never missed a day. And we never missed a day. It changed it changed radio history in New York. It changed radio history across the country, and certainly was an additive to your portfolio. So
you're very kind, Jerry. They are looking at AM differently now. We see and on your direction, and with Salem, with Mr. Atzinger and Dave Santrella, and certainly Mr. Phil Boyce, we took it very seriously, and we like to think we reinvented AM. And people now, they're listening online, they're listening all over. So I thank you very much. But now, Wilder, we walked in the snow, and you and I made the deal together.
Right there.
And I said, look,
right.
I said, you put me on. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, we did 2 weeks of guest radio, and we go home. And here we are.
That's exactly right.
And thank you for the 5-year gift. Okay, I'm sorry. That's right. Listen, you being here, give me the accolades.
Well, so Joe, Jerry can certainly stick around. It's his radio station, but we do have to break for news and a couple of paying sponsors.
Good, do that, because I have more to say.
Yeah, maybe Jerry.
This is good. We like the accolades. Hey, and don't forget, Balance. You're going to go on this Balance of Nature journey with me.
I can't wait. I need to get healthy, and that's what I'm going to do.
Come on, boom, we got it. Jerry, it's an honor to be here. Don't go away. Stay with us if you would. And by the way, on this 5 years, Jerry, I have to thank you publicly in the air. You put me with Frankie Five Boroughs, you put me with Al Gattullo, and you put me with Debbie Duhame. And I'm going, I don't know how or what, but they're the most beautiful people I know, so thank you for that, sir. And Big Al standing by right now with the headline.
Felice anniversario. In other words, happy anniversary, buddy.
Anniversary, but be careful you don't spill it. Happy anniversary. Oh, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
I love that. Thank you very much.
You remember.
5 years on the radio, going into our 6th year, and thanks to Frankie and to Alan and Debbie, and thanks to you for listening and for watching. God bless you. Can't do it without you, but the man who put it all together with Mr. Phil Boyce, our programming guru, is Jerry Crowley, kind enough to join us. We are dressed in blue. We are twins today.
Let me tell you what happened. I had dinner with the Connors. You just read a commercial for them. I had dinner with Bridget Greco. I had dinner with Mike Connors and Mike's wife, Beth. The Connors are very smart people. So we went to dinner, a nice Italian restaurant, and they're very straightforward with me. Some things we've done here have worked, and they were with me at the other radio station. So we've been together for, I don't know, off and on, maybe 15 years. So Beth says to me, Joe Piscopo has figured it out so well. He has, and she's very smart.
Yeah.
He has grown so well as a morning show host. Smooth, on target, great content. Yeah. And by the way, Jerry, since he's reading our commercials live, our business has exploded.
Really? That's nice to know. Thank you. Because I'm telling you, Beth and Mike are beautiful people. We had a great time at dinner again. But I tell you,
they're the real deal.
But Mike
they're
knows,
the real deal.
Because I worry about me. You joke about who's married what, Jerry. When I go, how many people are going to show up? I'll be on my way out with the tubes up my nose.
Just your wives alone would pack the room. But to hear Beth say what you've done for their business.
She's a sweetheart, yeah.
Yeah, Mike is very taciturn, but Beth was right out there and it was great to hear.
Listen, we're honored to have Connors and Sullivan with us, Mike and Beth. And she made the special tea. She brings the special tea to the Italian restaurant. It was so good, the waiters were even dabbling in it. So thank you for that, Jerry.
You're welcome.
And we got to get now. We owe you, Dr. Positano and I owe you a dinner with Phil Boyce, and that's because I couldn't. What are you?
Well, instead of Phil, can we bring Carol Old?
Yeah, she's in the.
I love Phil, but
yeah, I mean,
Carol's coming in when Frankie Five Boroughs takes off. Carol's going to come in and fill in.
Really?
So yeah,
That's right. Who cares if she can produce a radio show? The key thing is she's here.
No, I'm going to keep her here to 4 hours. Would she stay 4 hours?
Get ready to turn.
I'll leave that negotiation to you. I mean,
These guys busted my job.
Well, the problem is
There's nothing
that
like
Joe
getting
in the
up
middle,
at 3 a.m. when you don't have
Joe
to.
in the middle of the show, when she decides after like 2 hours, she's like, "Look, I got things to do. I got to go." Joe's gonna go. Hey, can I walk you home? Can I get to? Can I leave? I mean, you know.
I did. But she does. She is so independent. She doesn't need to be walked home. You know that. But Jerry,
But you asked her 6 times if she needed to be walked home.
because I'm
in
chivalrous.
broad daylight, in the safest city in the
I
world.
did the same thing to Miss Zano, to Professor Zano. It is just a chivalrous. I'm a dinosaur.
The funnier thing about Jeannie is the fact that you had no clue that she was at the same garage that you were in.
It was kismet. This is my life.
Or you're both
This is my life.
geographically
This
challenged.
is my life.
Well, I'll spill the beans.
Uh-oh,
So I'm here.
uh-oh.
I'm here. So Morano's been all over me about your 50-year anniversary for a long time, and under self-preservation, I believe in self-preservation most of all. I said I better do something. So I went out and I hired a mariachi band.
Oh, yeah.
For today.
Oh, yeah.
It was supposed to be a surprise. You see them here? No. So we had the singer, the guitar player, we had everything.
Ooh,
oh,
I
yes.
like it, I like
we
it.
have placards. We had a whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And where are they? Who knows?
But you actually booked the mariachi band?
Right?
Frank? I hope you didn't
That's
pay them
my
in
story,
advance.
and I'm sticking to it.
You didn't pay them in advance, did you?
Well,
And we made signs. We went to
Right.
no expense was held
Right.
for making a big deal out of this. And here I am alone vamping, and nothing is happening.
It is.
It's gonna
Listen,
make a happy day for everybody at the radio
Boss,
station.
let me tell you
know
something.
what I mean?
Jerry Crowley, I have to tell you something. Honor to be with you. Honor to be with Phil Boyce. Honor to be with Salem Media. We have a great time with it. It's very that during these times, I really feel, and I always say this on the air, that we are the translator. We always be, with all the angst, with all the upset, with all the divide, we try to bring, at least make it amicable, objective, and pragmatic.
Let me
on the
tell
show.
you, this team here, if I
Yeah.
had a news story I wanted to get out to New York, and if something important was happening, this is the station I would listen to.
Yeah,
I
wow.
would not listen to our competitors because they don't have gravitas. I really don't think so. I think this is changed the world of AM radio and how you get information out in New York. And it's only growing, as you can tell by the mariachi band.
you're not buying this story, Joe, are you? I mean, I don't buy it. Well,
I would have taken Don Vito from Brooklyn to sing for me a little bit. John Vito. Don Vito.
Well, whatever.
Jerry, I love you, man, and thank you.
Wait a minute, I got to wait for the placards. We made the placards.
Oh, made the placards.
Team, can we come in with the placards?
Oh, wait, get the video, Matt. There we go. Oh, this is great. Look at this. Great 5 years. You did make placards. They're very nice. There it is. There it is on camera. 5 years. We love it. We love it.
The camera.
There it is. Oh, look at 5 years. Look at that. I'm here 5 years.
years
Thank you,
5.
Mary and Grace. Thank you very
no
much.
expense spared.
That's right. That's right.
Beautiful art. Is that what you guys were doing when I walked by you before? Making play? Oh, you made this last night? Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Grace, Mary, thank you. We'll put that up somewhere. Jerry, thank you. Love you. Frankie, thank you. Albert, thank you. Thank you, boss. God bless you, man. You're very kind. I love it. No, and Debbie, love being with you for these last 5 years. Let's do 5 more, babe. What do you say, huh?